welcome to this new episode of the Alex Show TV. This is episode 338 from July the 15th of the year 2024. Today is a Monday, and today's show is about astral travels. It's a very nice topic. A topic I don't know why I took so long to make a show. This is a controversial topic as well because there are so many theories, there are so many positions about what are astral travels, and of course, as the word says, astral travels are related to the astral. Okay. And that's the controversial part because some say, some have the position, which unfortunately some make it like it's a law, like they know everything, like they know, the absolute truth, which I've said many times. I don't believe it's that easy, that it exists, that we really see things in an absolute way. I think everything is relative in a way. But some say that the astral is demonic. The astral is a negative force, a negative space, a negative plane, because that's what it is, a plane. It's like a dimension, something like that. That is created by the obscure forces. And so everything you do in the astral is negative by definition. That's what, again, this is a theory. I don't abide to it, to be honest. But this is a theory, and this is what gives astral travels a negative connotation. They're also related to, again, some things that are considered negative, such as yoga, such as meditation. They're also, I don't understand why, but they're related to the use of psychedelics. Like if using psychedelics, you induce astral travels. I think, as I shared many times, psychedelics is not the way, it's actually the wrong way. You might achieve, air quotes, similar results to something like astral travel. You might think you had an astral travel, but it's more, as the word says, it's an hallucination, okay? It's something it's a hyper acceleration of the brain that induces a psychotic event. Even if it sounds very harsh, I don't mean a bad connotation, but induces something that you make up in your mind, okay? Many have said to me, honestly, when I share my experiences, particularly as a child, that I shared that I had dreams that, as you see in the screen right now, not that I was walking through the universe like the lady is doing in this image I have on the screen right now, but I will see very vividly in something beyond, it's something that appeared at the time like 8K, submersive, VR, something like that. Right now, these amazing experiences you see, I will have travels throughout the universe. However, I share many times that these travels were with beings that had the impression of being something related to birds or something that has these wings, okay? They were blue in color, a light aqua blue, like celestial blue, and they were very benevolent. They never asked anything of me. They were not imposing. They were not judgmental. They appeared to be very fond of me. They appear to be caring for me, taking me through these travels throughout the universe for a purpose, okay? And this was amazing stuff because, as you see in your screen right now, we will go into planets. We'll see planets by far away, and suddenly, in a matter of it felt like instantly, we will go inside planets, okay? And many things happen there, Yes, I had interactions and things like that. So, as I was a child, I shared that, and my family took me to a person to talk to, and the person came out with a conclusion, with the absolute conclusion, without any sort of possibility, that I was making this up. I was inventing this in my dreams. It was a dream through my mind, because I was watching a show called Space 1999, which in fact is similar to what I was having in the sense that it's a show from the 70s that the moon gets detached from the orbit of the Earth and starts wandering throughout the universe, okay? So it was a futuristic show because we had a base in the moon, and we had spaceships, and they had nuclear energy, or they had their own energy production. They were able to get their own food because, of course, that was the only way that in the show they were going to able to survive this detachment. In a way, they were totally self-sufficient, not dependent on Earth for resources. So they start wandering, and they experience something similar, that they go into planets and that. So that was the conclusion, and I was prohibited from watching the show anymore. I was like, I was not even 7 or 6. I think I was 6, 5 or 6, something like that. So maybe, yes, I was probably too young for such a deep show, but the show was not the reason. I had the experience. Now I know it, 100, 1,000, 1,000,000% sure. But, the thing with astral travels is the ones that have them get very ridiculized, the experience gets diminished as you share it. First of all, because you don't have any proof at all that it happened. And it seems so fantastic, it seems so unrealistic, particularly if it involves traveling outside Earth. Even if it involves the most basic one, is you watching yourself from the ceiling. That happened to me once, only once, and I was much older. I was in my 20s. And I was very afraid in that case, that because I went to sleep, I was very tired. I had come from a very long trip, excuse me, by bus. And suddenly I have a shower, quick shower, I felt so comfortable going to bed. So I wanted to have like a 14, 16 hour sleep or something like that. I was not supposed to go to work the next day. It was a Sunday. So I was expecting to wake up in the afternoon, something like that. I was really tired after a almost 50-hour bus ride, and which I had some sleep here and there, half an hour, but I'm not the type of person that can sleep on buses continuously. I just can't, no matter how tired I am. So I got to sleep, and suddenly, like in a matter of a minute or something, I see myself exactly as I was dressed. Exactly, it felt so real. And I immediately went back, but in a flash. I didn't see myself going back. I just woke up, and I was very afraid. And it was a complicated, situation, because I was very tired. But it took me a few hours to go back to sleep, because in that case I was afraid for me to go back to sleep and it would happen again. I kind of knew what happened. I knew, okay, I had just had an astral projection, an astral travel, but that was the only time, okay, that I had that type. It's very common. Apparently, it's the most common one. And the key is, when you see yourself, don't be afraid, and then you continue, and then you see yourself going. You can go all the way to the universe, to galaxies. You have no limit. As a spirit, you have no limits, okay? First of all, you're not limited. And I shared this many times, that Einstein said that the fastest we can go in the universe is the speed of light, 300,000 kilometers per second. As a physical thing, yes, an atom, a photon, yes, maybe they're limited like that, the speed of light. You can measure it and say that's the fastest you can go. Because a photon, some say that it doesn't have any mass, some say it has a minuscule amount of mass. The more, light matter you can find in the universe are photons. So they are supposed to be the fastest. But I don't agree at all that you're limited by that. As a spirit, you go infinite. You don't need wormholes or anything like that. You travel straight up in the universe, and suddenly you are in galaxies, and that is basically an infinite speed. Okay, and that, I think strongly, very strongly, that you can enjoy that in astral travels. So those are my two experiences. So I felt in myself that the one when I was young, that went on for months or even a year. Okay, basically daily having this beautiful. Now I get it as a beautiful experience. At the time, I was not understanding what was going on as I woke up in the morning, and I would share that I had that dream again and again, that my friends birds, and I was very attached on birds, and now I know those friends are part of a family I joined. They are one of several celestial or eternal or universal families I've joined, which is the blue avians. Okay, that yes, they are blue. They don't have a body anymore. They have transcended bodies. So they probably had a body for my own convenience, for my own, comfort. But when they have a body and they came to Earth and they were very joined, especially with Egypt and several cultures, they are depicted as bird people, okay? They're not necessarily human, okay? They look like birds, and very benevolent, very benevolent. As all civilizations, as all universal or star civilizations, they have gone through a process. So they were fighters at some time. They indulged or they participated in violence. Yes. They were involuted. Yes. I'm not gonna say stuff that is, it's normal that. I don't have a problem saying it. So when you say, oh, you're indulging warriors. No, they had that and they transcended. and they transcended violence, and then eventually became pure spirit, and they are 100% benevolent now, and they are one of these star civilizations that just wants the best for Earth. And I'm sure there are the ones, they and many others similar to them, are the ones sending all this love, all this beautiful energy to Earth, okay, that we are receiving at this time, and that is opening up our eyes in a way, or spiritual eyes, to the love of the universe, okay? They are fulfilling their mission of becoming beacons of love and guidance, of becoming service to the universe, pure service, okay? But they had other situations in the past that they were clearly, on their way, and they made mistakes. Yes, for sure. I'm not gonna minimize that. I share that because I know Blue Avians have a story, have a reputation, same as Pleiadians, same as Arcturians. Then some say they are dark, they're obscure, they're false light, they are the darkness. I'm not gonna judge anyone that has an opinion. Some say it's totally fake, they don't exist, the earth is flat. So I just want to share that they were very good to me, and I think, and I'm not sorry, I don't think, I'm 100%, 1,000% sure I was part of them at some point. And they were just, in a way, probably for me and many thousands, millions of others, coming and giving us kind of trying to make us remember a little bit where we came from. Later, that was when I was very young. Okay, later on in my 20s, in my 30s, that's when I started asking, what am I? Where do I come from? And the answers in common dreams came in a different way. As I share, I will just wake up and I will know things. I mean, where is this coming from? And it's probably also from astral travel. You learn a lot to astral travels, okay? You learn a lot to astral experience, astral. I don't agree with the word projection, because then some say it's a mental projection. So then we go through the mind and it looks more like a dream, like a made-up thing. Doesn't feel that way to me in my personal experience, but I totally respect all opinions on this very complicated, on this very, controversial matter. Let's just leave it at that. We're going to watch a video. Honestly, it took me a while to find one, and I was not comfortable 100% with the one I found. Also, one thing you have to understand, of these kind of topics, the support videos are 50 minutes long, 40 minutes long. So really, to extract something significant from such a long video, I have to do 3, 4, 5 clips, and I didn't want to be that type of show that then the show goes almost like an hour. On this one, in around 3.5 minutes, they kind of explain, these two gentlemen, they kind of explain the mainstream idea of astral travel. And so I think it's a good support video. I just want to clarify, I don't necessarily attach to it 100%, okay? Let's watch it together.
If you're interested in this concept of your soul leaving your body and traveling around the world, like as in your consciousness and your mind using that pole vaulting technique, getting past your own physical body, and then going and seeing the world and the universe.
Yes.
It's a very deep book. It's not everyone's cup of tea. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people laugh upon this. I also strongly recommend this one sentence which you should register in your head. True knowledge is knowing that you know nothing. I just feel that with the topic we're going to talk about right now, it might seem a little crazy, but keep listening. So, sir, I'm going to let you elaborate on what is the physical body versus what is the astral body.
Yeah, sure. So we're talking about astral bodies, astral travel, astral meditation. It's a different plane altogether. So what happens is that many people who are the beginners may not even believe it. Saying that aisa hota nahi hai, how can you just go out and travel the world and come back? But there are enough evidences of people actually having out of the body experiences. And many people say, once a person is dead, can he come back? Of course he can. There's a process. And I'm here not going to tell you about the out of the body experiences. But let me tell you, I have personally actually gone through these experiences.
Same.
So exactly. So what is happening is that till you experience it, it's like talking about sugar to somebody who has never tasted it.
100%.
And saying, how does sugar actually taste? I think it's very sweet. What do you mean by sweet? Sweet means this. I don't understand this. Sweet means sweet means not bitter. I said, okay, it's not bitter. It's but what is sweet? He said, okay, wait. Open your mouth. Take this. Now you don't have to speak. Now you experience what is sweetness. So I think coming back to astral travel, I think it happens with a lot of people who practice it. So it's like any other vidya. It's not like a rocket science. But if you're actually in that space, you can actually go out of the body.
Your soul leaves the body.
Absolutely. And then comes back. Because this body is only an instrument. And that's why when you look at the whole concept of punarjanma, so what is it's happening? So the body is changing.
Rebirth. This is
exactly the rebirth is that I am now this soul is in this particular body, or this soul is actually using this body. The body will get worn off like an old cloth, bahut baar pehen liya, so let me go to a new one. So actually the body is traveling from one birth to another, and it is using different bodies in its spiritual journey, So as somebody put it, we are not human beings on a spiritual journey. It's actually we are spiritual souls on a human journey. Now coming back to astral travel, there are people who actually can use this body, go to this body, maybe enter into another body, use that body and come back.
Wow.
So now this is at the more the physical level, but people can actually go to different planes.
I also feel that, all these things are beyond science, but you should also understand that science isn't as advanced as you think it is. There's still a lot for science to discover, especially in the Western world. The Vedas, the ancient Indian books talk about things like this. And this is something you will not believe because you are tuned to reading your textbooks, understanding that the world works according to physics, chemistry, biology, maths, when there might be a fifth subject which you don't even know about. So this is that subject. So just listen to it with an open mind.
Okay, as I said, it was kind of difficult to find a good support video. Good effort by the gentleman. Honestly, I think they make a good explanation. Basically, an astral travel is an out-of-body experience. Yes, I agree. There are many that say, no, that's impossible. If the soul leaves your body, you're dead. It happens in death. But I think in this case, maybe it's not like that. Maybe I think you remain attached to your body. And it felt that way when I experienced the second one, the type that I actually saw myself from the ceiling and I saw myself sleeping, okay? And I was dressed exactly like I knew I just had dressed 5 minutes before, whatever. So I think when we go to sleeping is such a beautiful topic and such an important topic, because I think when we go to sleep and we lose consciousness, because we do lose consciousness, something beautiful happens. And I think astral travels or not, we go to a different plane, and it's a plane that the spirit needs. It's kind of not only the physical rest for the body, which too happens, and that's why doctors will tell you, and there's research on that when you go to sleep, especially in deep sleep, repair processes of the body start at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever, they say. So I also believe it's a repair process or an important process for the spirit, which goes to other planes to leave the physical experience, to leave the human experience and kind of return to being a spirit, only spirit. And so it has this little rest, and then it has to come back when you wake up, and then you go for, 14, 16, 18 hours, whatever you go through your day, having this human physical experience, okay? So astral travel, I think it's a component of sleep. I know it can be achieved also through meditation, also consciously. I know it. I don't think it's specifically astral travel. That's more astral projection, and I believe there's a totally different way of achieving a similar result, okay? I do believe astral travels happen, also called as lucid dreaming. They are a component of the process of sleep, and it's the natural way is the best one, okay? Also, very important from the support video that I like, that's wonderful. I think I might use it in the future again, that explanation about sugar, okay? So he says, can you explain sugar? Oh, it's not bitter. It's not, no, you cannot explain sugar. You have to experience it. You have to taste it, okay? Same thing here with astral travels. Same thing here with what I experienced, which I believe is beyond an astral travel. I mean, the one that I saw myself, that's 100% astral travel. But the one when I was younger, this traveling through the universe with my friends of the Blue Avians, with my family of the Blue Avians. Again, you have several families. I don't know how many, several, okay? I know for a fact I've been part of the Blue Avians and I've been part of the Pleiadians. But, it's amazing, honestly. That was beyond an astral travel, okay? I don't know the term. I'm not concerned about what I experienced, but it was like an out-of-body experience or something like that. I was in pure spirit state, enjoying that travel because I enjoyed. I was never afraid, never, ever afraid, never. And I was never asked to do a contract, to do a promise, to do an alliance, to do a limiting belief, to anything that. It was just pureness, and we communicated in a way I cannot explain it. I knew the information they gave me, but there was no talking. It was not English, Spanish, nothing. It was just pure spiritual state, okay? And I think that experience is key of my development, of my wanting to know who am I, where do I come from, because at the end I said that I think that experience had a lot to do, which are what I already shared in many shows, that when I was young, I will question this reality saying, to my parents, I just don't understand it. I just feel there's something amiss here. Okay, because I had that experience, and of course, it was so difficult to accept this reality after having that experience. As I shared, I eventually, when I was a youngster, a teenager, I accepted this reality. I was okay in school. I started, I got married. I have a mainstream story, I guess. It's not like I ended up in the streets or I ended up in a psychiatric hospital rejecting reality. That can happen, okay? That was an option, certainly, okay? If you go too far, I believe. At the end, this reality is to be accepted in a way because it is what it is. We cannot change it like that, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this show and it's clear now. This is such a difficult topic that I cannot offer you any concise information. The only thing, I can go to the example of the gentleman that says, what is sugar? Well, I can share with you what I feel is an astral travel, and it's my experience. Totally respectful for the ones. I had a few weeks ago Salim from Colombia. He's a great investigator from Colombia. He told to me in the show, in the chat, I shared my story, and he said, you had an astral travel. That's a mental projection, without any doubt, without any possibility of him being wrong and I being right. He judged my experience and he said for sure what I had. And that's what I disagree respectfully, okay? Totally respectfully. One thing is for me to accept he's a great investigator, but how can he know my experience? And that's the thing with astral travel. When you hear a testimony, you have two choices: to believe it or not to believe it. But to question it or say for sure what that person experienced, I don't think you have that option. I don't think that's a possibility, okay? And you need to be open that you either you believe the person that they had that experience, or you say it's 100% false. But to say, no, you didn't have that, you have this other thing, that one I think doesn't work that way. So I hope you enjoyed this show. Everything's okay. I shall see you back on Friday. As always, if you can, please enjoy with family and friends. Please enjoy with family and friends. Live today like it was your last day. So, as always, enjoy your family and friends. That's what they are. That's what we are supposed to do. Enjoy them. Have a great day. I'll see you. If everything's okay, I shall see you back on Friday. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover your true self. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and to serve others. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover your true self? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to the universe. Simply ask, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose? You will start getting signs, breakthroughs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about this reality start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering your true self equals to real freedom. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to understand this reality, but you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will set up a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, lust, envy, violence, justice through violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only your egoic mind and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.